You ever wonder what Freddy Krueger does when no one in Springwood is asleep, at least as far as his circle of targets is concerned? It's a weird question, I know, but once it's in your head, it sticks. Because that's the thing about Freddy. Unlike your Jasons or your Michaels or your Leatherfaces, Freddy doesn't exist in the real world, not fully. He's not roaming the woods or breaking down doors in some cursed town. He's waiting, lurking in the one place you can't lock, your dreams. But dreams require sleepers. So what happens when everyone's awake? What does Freddy do in that in-between space, that long, stretching silence between nightmares? He doesn't have a body, not in the traditional sense. He doesn't pace around Elm Street in the daylight or sneak into coffee shops watching people through windows. He exists in thought, in fear, in that weird psychic static between waking and dreaming. That's his realm. But that realm, it's empty when people aren't dreaming. So what's he doing? Is he just floating? Sitting in that twisted boiler room of his, muttering to himself, sharpening his glove for the 1,000th time, waiting for a light to go out somewhere? Or is it worse than that? Maybe Freddy feels time differently. Maybe when you're wide awake for 10 minutes, it's a week for him. A week of silence, of nothingness. Imagine being trapped in your own personal hell, where you're the only thing left. No one to torment, no one to chase. No one to scream, just you, the flickering lights, the scraping of metal, and your thoughts. Because Freddy isn't mindless. He's not a shark in a mask. He's conscious, petty, cruel. He remembers things. He makes jokes. He toys with people. And you know what kind of person loses their mind the fastest? The kind who needs an audience. Freddy's not just a killer, he's a performer. He wants you to see him. He wants you to fear him. That's his fuel. That's his whole identity. So if no one's dreaming about him, is he even real? Think about Freddy versus Jason. Remember how he was weak, almost forgotten, because people had stopped fearing him? That wasn't just a plot device. That's a rule. Freddy needs attention, needs memory. Without it, he fades. So maybe when the world's awake, and I mean really awake, caffeinated, traumatized, terrified to close its eyes, Freddy's not pacing, he's starving. He's shrinking, withering in some psychic corner, screaming into a void that won't echo back.